Hi, I'm Suresh Venkat. I'm sitting with the man who's called the father of the Indian BPO industry, Raman Roy. He's the chairman and CEO of Quatrro BPO. Raman, is it getting boring to be called the father of the Indian BPO industry? We've been calling you this for 10 years.
Grandfather or anything, but as long as the kids have fun, it is always fun to watch.
To be the grandfather of the industry.
It's always fun to watch what that industry has become.
Right, you've seen the Indian BPO industry right from the days of inception to now chairing and leading Quatrro BPO. Is India losing its advantage in the ITES and BPO industry?
Oh, not at all. Look, our biggest issue as a country is that we don't have enough people.
Okay. We don't have enough people?
We don't have enough
After 1.2 billion people?
Who are trained and educated to play on a global platform.
Okay.
And the appetite of this industry is significantly larger than what this country can meet on an international platform. This is not about the educated unemployable that we as a country produce.
Okay.
This is about being able to produce on a global platform. So all the countries where, where there are people who think we're losing to, actually the companies that are going there are Indian companies that are setting up operations there because we can't get enough people here.
Okay.
But if you analyze and segregate the kind of work that is going there, typically it is low-end work or high-end work that doesn't require scale.
Okay.
So yes, in some countries you can get 100 people to do a high-end work, but if you want to grow it to 1,000, actually high-end work, 1,000, 2,000, 5,000 people, other than India, there is no option. There is talk of the attrition rate we as an industry face. It is 8-9%, and everybody gets very excited. You're lying. It's not 8-9% a month. Oh, okay, that's what you're talking about.
Okay.
This attrition is just a manifestation of the lack of people, because as an industry we don't want to hire from each other and only increase our cost. So are we losing the advantage? I think we are architecting ourselves to absorb all the people that are there and then go to other countries to look for additional capacity that we need.
You said, you used a phrase, the educated unemployable. What do we do about that? If you're producing thousands and thousands of educated unemployable, and this world's second largest country doesn't have enough people, Raman, don't you think that is a massive time bomb of epic proportions?
No, it is. Look at which way this industry, whether it is the IT industry or the BPO industry, has grown. We talk of, let's take an example, the Mysore campus of Infosys. We talk of other campuses that some of the larger companies have set up. Globally, they compete with companies who hire people who become revenue producing in 6 weeks.
Okay.
In India, you hire people and send them to your captive university for 9 months before they become revenue generating.
Okay.
So the industry has taken steps, like we've taken steps on transportation, like we've taken steps on water, like we've taken steps on sanitation, to fill the gaps that exist in the environment, in the infrastructure of the country, to be able to create what can be huge for the world and for us. It is still profitable.
Okay.
But so we fill the gap of that education, but if we didn't have to fill the gap, today the BPO industry can absorb 100 to 150,000 people within 30 to 45 days.
Okay.
It will only bring down our attrition levels.
All right. Let's move from the educated, you said the educated unemployable. That's
unemployable.
Unemployable. The educated
in my world, if you meet the driver that is taking the kids home, and I ride in those cabs, and he turns around and says, I'm also a graduate and they didn't train me on anything, and I have a family to look after, that's why I'm driving the car, or I'm a guard in your organization, but I actually have a graduate degree.
Okay.
But they didn't teach me anything.
To a lot of people, after 15 years after the BPO industry has been in India, 15 years or longer, BPO still tend to evoke the image of call centers that work late at night. What are the new dimensions of BPO work? What kind of processes are being outsourced to India?
Actually, we started out as accounting back office. That's what I set up first for American Express. The first part of what we did for GE on what is Genpact today was actually back office and accounting, and it is much later that call centers came into being. The back office, business process outsourcing, any back office, anything that doesn't require a face-to-face interface. So today the analytics part, today the design and development part, the problem solving decision making part, those are the big elements, and that is where, as I said, that is where the higher value add is, and that is where perhaps the solutions are superior in India than they are in other parts of the world.
This is higher up the value chain.
It is
and do you see this trend continuing for 2013-14, that we have no option but to move up this value chain?
I think one of the biggest trends that I'm seeing early signs of is something that we as Quatrro have been experimenting with for the last couple of years, which is the integration of technology and services. We as a country are pretty good on technology and platform, only we create it for others. Where you now offer a platform-based service, which is pay by the drink. It is like if you want to go from here in Mumbai to Pune, you can buy a car. Somebody will sell you a car if you buy it, but you'll need your own driver, you'll need your own fuel. You could lease a car, you'll still need your own driver and need to put the fuel. Or you could take a cab and pay by the kilometer. It is that totally variable model which has integrated aspects of technology and services put in.
Okay.
That will be the next big thing that is going to happen, and it is a level playing field, and the Indian companies actually have an edge given the quality of the technology that we can bring.
Good. Raman, final question for you. One of the big themes in IT these days is IT for social change, IT for change at the bottom of the pyramid. IT is being seen as a dramatic magic pill that can cure all illnesses in India, from poverty to health to the underinsured to the underbanked. Can IT actually do all this, or is it an overpromise? Is it overpromise on the part
I don't know
of IT?
if it can cure everything. I mean, to say that this is a magic wand and you put in some IT and it will go away, I think that is stretching it a bit. But can it make it manageable? Can it help isolate the problem areas? Can it help you bring in focus? Can it drive the resources and money in that focused area? Definitely it can.
So will IT be the game changer for the transformation of India?
I think IT will be a definite essential ingredient.
Okay.
By itself, without the support of changing the
political will, for
processes,
instance.
the will, the bringing in the capability, bringing in the levels of transparency, a lot of what IT will do is take away the points where corruption can happen. Having a will to be able to do that is very critical.
It's critical.